Another priority of the village is public safety. Certainly, that's one of the most important things when it comes to our residents and visitors. I'm here at the Southampton Volunteer Ambulance, and here's our Second Assistant Chief, Colby Gill.
Mr. Mayor.
And he's a fantastic leader here at the ambulance, and maybe you could just tell us a little bit about the crew that you have that work here.
So on staff, we have a multitude of paramedics, some per diem, and we have 2 full-time employees. We have 3 ambulances, 6 first responder vehicles, and then we have a rehab trailer that allows us to operate in special operations.
But what's most important is almost 60 of the people that work out of this building are volunteers, giving of their time freely to serve the village and its residents and visitors. This is the newest ambulance that the village purchased. We used a large part from the American Recovery Act, some of the COVID money, almost $400,000, so the village only had to spend $35,000 for this rig. But subsequently, we purchased another ambulance modeled after this one, where we are going to have to spend over $400,000. But again, we want to have the best equipment that we can here for our volunteer responders and for anyone in need of an ambulance at any time. So Colby, tell me a little bit about how we plan to acquire this ambulance and the research that went into this specific model and all the components that it has part of it.
Absolutely. So we put together a committee of about 6 people, ex-chiefs to newest members, some of our oldest members with the most experience. And they did research for about 1.5 years, going to different ambulance agencies, looking at newer ambulances, older ambulances, and compiling all the good and bad features that we would need to put together a rig that was best for Southampton Village.
And I understand this is modeled after one that you saw in Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
That's correct. We saw something very similar to this in Fort Lauderdale. We mocked up something that would represent that, but better suited for our beach community here in Southampton Village with how close we are to the hospital and all the different, atmospheres that we partake in.
Thank you so much, Colby. And again, I think it looks great in the new colors, the real vibrant green. It looks sharp for the village.
Absolutely. We're trying to make sure we are vibrant for the nice village we have.
Colby, it's great. This ambulance looks fantastic, but I do have one question for you. Why do we have an image of a blue stork at the top of the ambulance?
So the blue stork represents a child that was being born. In this case, it was a boy. Last year, we responded to a call on Hill Street. A woman was in an active maternity. We got her in the back of our ambulance, and right as we got to the hospital doors, the baby was born.
Colby, that's a great story, and it's great to have you and these ambulances here for everybody in the village.
I couldn't agree more.
So Colby, tell me, you have all the latest equipment in this, but there was a big design feature that changed in this ambulance since our former ambulances. Maybe you could tell us a little bit about that.
Absolutely. So the new design feature of this ambulance is actually the side door. It might seem a little insignificant to some, but we moved the door forward. It's called the door forward design, allowing the ambulance to have a ton more room inside the ambulance. It allows us to be safer. One, it allows us to be strapped in better and have better access to our patient, but it also gives us more access to our equipment. It's better for the patient itself. We have better access to the patient. So overall, it just really opens up the ambulance, allows us to operate better.
It's really fantastic, Colby. This does feel like a lot larger than our previous ambulances. And I think, again, with that change in the design feature, we really have one of the best ambulances here on the East End.
Absolutely. And it's funny you say that. Most agencies actually came to look at this rig, how new it was, and the important new feature we have with the door forward design. We were a staple in the start of that on the East End.
We're cutting edge here in Southampton Village.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much, Colby.